How's it going, folks? Welcome back to World of Warcraft, The War Within, the playthrough with me, Scene, the warrior. And I said in the last episode, we're done, we'll come back when there's something new, and literally like the next day, there was something new. So, I've got something that popped up, lore walking. Speak with Lorewalker Cho in a capital city for renewed questing experience through iconic lore moments. Whatever that means. We'll have a look at that. And combat assistant. Get assistance with your combat rotation by enabling this feature in the settings menu. What? The delves have been overcharged. Explore new depths and face new challenges. What does that mean? Power up with Titan machinery to explore new depths. Does that mean there's more added to the delves? Like as in, the delves went so far, now we can go even further in those delves? I don't know. Alright, let's have a look at lore walking. Find Lorewalker Cho in Dornagal, Stormwind Orgrimmar. Are you curious about your world's history? Would you like to learn more? Lorewalker Cho has been traveling and gathering stories of important events and figures across Azeroth and beyond. If you pay him a visit in your capital city, he will gladly share a tale of the past with you, or perhaps more than one tale. He does very much enjoy conversation. Tell him Assistant Lali sent you. She did? I don't remember that. Is this one of those things where if I delete this, Lali will pop up? It doesn't matter. So I can see... Hang on. Hang on a second, hang on. Trouble in the Highlands? Oh, what? So hang on a second, what do we got? We got two things to do, haven't we? Trouble in the Highlands? Alright, so let's see, what would be the quickest way to get back to that tippity top? If I jump through the spider's web? Perhaps? I don't think there's a quick way of getting back to Dornagal from here. There's a little bit of it. A little bit of that Hello Fall music that I enjoy. Hang on, am I going the right way? I hope so. Well, anyway, if you enjoy, if you would like to see more, no, anyway, let's back it up. If you'd like to see this series right from the beginning, you can do so by clicking the series playlist in the top right, or in the description, or in the pinned comment down below. Usually I like to say that right at the top of each episode because, oh, hang on a second. What did I just get? Can destroy Nerubian mines. What? Anyway, I usually like to say that at the top of the episode because sometimes YouTube will just recommend this to people randomly at 125, 4054. But they're like, whoa, it was an interesting thumbnail and all, but I want to watch from the beginning. I don't want to watch from episode 50 billion. So yes, you can always find the series playlist in the description. And when I can remember, in the pinned comment. So always look there if you're looking to begin right from the beginning. As we travel back to Dornagal. And find... So we got two things. So let's go see what Lorewalker Cho would like to tell us. While we're here, we probably should go get our item that I forgot to get for the last couple of episodes. Let's see where we got. Let's see where we go, Birdman. The back alley vest plate sounds good. I'll take it. It's champion gear as well. Underpin strong arm muscle. And so I've unlocked a set bonus. Your abilities have a chance to begin a winning streak, increasing the damage of overpower by 5%, stacking up to 10 times. Fantastic. So many icons on my screen. Where's Cho? There you are. Are you sitting on a stack of books? Are you sitting on a bench with a stack of books? Hey, Cho. Are you also taking a well-deserved break? There's nothing like catching up on some reading in the fresh air with a great view. But I would not mind some company. Would you care to hear a story?
Every good story needs a hero.
Lali is sending visitors my way now. Lorewalker Cho laughs a deep belly laugh. Of course she is. But she is correct. The only thing I love more than gathering stories is telling them. Sit down. Let me share a tale with you.
Farewell.
Alright, Cho. Where am I sitting? I'll sit here.
Tread lightly.
Which story would you like to hear? Ooh. The Lich King. What? Well, let's go with the, we'll go from left to right. Xalatath the Harbinger, once known as the Blade of the Black Empire, her history is a well-kept secret, but her words and deeds have affected so many that she is impossible to ignore. Her story must be told. And you can get a reward, the Echo of Xalatath. Cool. Alright, let's do it.
Eyes open.
The most cunning foes wait until you are desperate. They offer solutions you cannot afford to refuse. When the Burning Legion returned to our world, it was a desperate situation indeed. The heroes of Azeroth sought to arm themselves with the greatest weapons ever forged. Among these was Xalatath, the Blade of the Black Empire. A high priest searched far and wide for the blade.
Hello.
I'm ready to learn about the High Priest's journey to find Xalatath.
Now listen closely to my tale.
Ooh, we're going somewhere. I didn't have to breathe anything in. He didn't have to prepare something.
The High Priest's search brought them to Tirisfal Glades, where they met with Alonsus Fowl.
Alonsus Fowl?
We will accomplish much together.
I have been working with Moira Thorison to infiltrate the Twilight Hammer cult. We've learned of an ancient and powerful old god relic, a blade used at various points in history to wreak havoc. Moira's double agent informs us a new leader is rising and plans to cement his ascension using this weapon in an unholy ritual. You must find him, stop the ritual, seize the artifact. We will meet in Dalaran afterwards.
Let us get to work.
Go to the marked location in Tirisfal. Ooh. The Twilight Blade Twister. I'm the Blade Spinner. The Blade Whirler guy. Stop the ritual and acquire the blade. Slaghammer's notes, the new leader. Praise to be the new leader. Once the hand of the Twilight Father, the Shadow Deacon has decided now is the time to regain our past glory. While the Twilight Father left to serve Deathwing, the Shadow Deacon maintained his role as a bishop in Stormwind. He continued infiltration and recruitment efforts there for some time until the fall of Deathwing and the Twilight Father. He then ordered what was left of our organization to go quiet and allow our foes their temporary victory. But then he found it, or perhaps it found him, the Black Blade. Why do I have all this business? Why is that necessary to have on my screen?
Yeah!
Ask the storyteller a question such as where to go. Oh, okay.
How does today find you?
Tell me more about Keeper's Rest, the Old Gods, and the Twilight's Hammer. Keeper's Rest is another name for the Tomb of Tyr. Once in this very location, the Titan-forged Keeper Tyr fought against a dark entity known as Zakaj, the Corruptor. Although Tyr defeated Zakaj, he gave his life to do so. This is the spot where he was buried, a most sacred place. It was guarded by a secretive group that called themselves the Tyr's Guard. Tell me more about the Old Gods. The Old Gods. They are terrifying entities, said to have been sent from the void to corrupt this world. Long ago they ruled over Azeroth. Their combined domains were known as the Black Empire. One of these entities, Ishaj, was said to have been defeated by the Titan Aman'Thul. In ripping Ishaj from Azeroth, Aman'Thul damaged the world. Thus, the other Old Gods were sealed away, rather than being removed. They did not wish to damage Azeroth further. Over time, Azeroth's champions have defeated each of the Old Gods in turn. Ask about Yogg-Saron. Yogg-Saron, a most devious entity indeed. Imprisoned in the depths of Ulduar by the Titans, his reach was still inescapable. His blood ran through the entire continent of Northrend, crystallizing into the mineral Saronite. With the blood came the Old God's whispers. Many fell to Yogg-Saron's machinations, including a warden of his prison, the Keeper Loken. Yogg-Saron caused Loken to turn on his own kind and bring down the rest of the Old God's wardens from within. Thankfully, the champions of our world defeated Yogg-Saron in due time. Ask about Ishaj. Ishaj? Ah, my old friend. Of all the Old Gods, this creature chills my bones the most. Once known as the Beast of the Seven Heads, Ishaj was the Old God that fell to Aman'Thul so long ago. As the Titan ripped Ishaj from Azeroth, it is said that the Old God breathed out one last terrible breath. That breath manifested the seven Shah that plagued Pandaria. Anger, hatred, violence, fear, doubt, despair, and pride. Was there any hope for my homeland when it loomed beneath such shadow? The answer, of course, was yes. The champions of Azeroth rose to the challenge, and the last vestiges of that terrible monster were at last destroyed, which a lot of you will be able to play through with the Mists of Pandaria incoming in July, I believe. Tell me about Cthulhu. Cthulhu was a terrible entity of madness and chaos, and was imprisoned within the city of Ankaraj in Silithus. Also something that you can play through in World of Warcraft Classic Anniversary Edition, which I think they're just working on breaking open the gates. Although dormant, he surged into action when disturbed by the Night Elves. This led to the War of the Shifting Sands, in which the Kaldorei and Dragonkind united to fight back Cthulhu's Kiraji and their Silithid minions. The Great Scarab Wall was erected to keep the Old God contained. Of course, the gates of Ankaraj were opened again centuries later, but champions of this world fought and successfully defeated Cthulhu in the end. That's really cool. Get this little extra stuff here. Tell me more about the Legion invasion. It is a lengthy tale, but suffice it to say the Burning Legion is a horde of demons from other worlds bent upon our utter destruction. They are led by the fallen titan Sargeras, a cosmic creature so powerful that it is difficult to imagine. The Legion has invaded our world several times, but this tale focuses on their third invasion. Tell me more about the heroes of Azeroth arriving at the Battle of the Broken Shore.
Every good story needs a hero.
My son, a terrible darkness has returned to our world. As before, It seeks to annihilate everything that we hold dear. I go to face it, knowing I may not return.
They're coming! They're coming back!
All my life I have lived by the sword. I've seen kingdoms burn, and watched brave heroes die in vain. It's been difficult for me to trust after losing so much. But from you, I have learned patience, tolerance, and faith. Open fire! Anduin, I now believe, as you do, that peace is the noblest aspiration. But to preserve it, you must be willing to fight. Azeroth!
Greetings. Jade Serpent guide you.
Well, there you go. Return to the story. I like how they've inserted all those things there, giving you, especially for those that haven't played through these events, a nice little background. The Shadow Deacon was a cautious and calculating master, preferring the secrecy of the shadows to direct action. Ever since he found the blade, his entire demeanor has changed. Arrogant, commanding, audacious, and now favors a bold plan to restore power to the Twilight's hammer. The blade is called Xalatath. It has come from an age before most of our races existed. We only have the scrollings of previous holders to go from. While it is mostly ravings of those that lacked the will to wield the blade, many of them say the same things. They speak of the Black Empire, of a time when our true masters ruled all of Azeroth. Massive sacrifices, living buildings filled with void energies. Sometimes we can hear the Shadow Deacon speaking to someone in the tent. He has mentioned the glory of the Black Empire as well. We have finished setting up a small base as per the Deacon's orders. He is
The
driven.
High Priest learned the Shadow Deacon, the new leader of the Twilight Hammer, found the Black Blade. Zalatath changed him. He became obsessed with the Black Empire. The High Priest already knew of Zalatath through their allies in Netherlight Temple. Moira Tharizon had an agent infiltrate the cult.
He is... what was I up to? He is driven, so sure this is the proper path for the Twilight's Hammer. He will be visible to our enemies, but he believes it is worth the risk. There is some sort of broken seal leading to a complex beneath the lake. The lake itself looks like it suffered a titanic explosion thousands of years ago. Somehow the Shadow Deacon knew of this location and knows that a Cathraxi died here. His plan is bold. He will use the Black Blade to resurrect this ancient being and restore the Twilight's Hammer to its pinnacle. Tomorrow, I go in to command the forces holding the upper area. He has already dampened the wards and is preparing to enter the low area. Tears fall. Alright. So I'm going to click on this afterwards. I want to see if like it updates. And he's got more things to say, or if it's just per instance. Oh, this looks like the place. Go to the marked location. Stop the ritual. Through to the underwater passage. Yes, that cutscene from before is from Legion, as you saw. A big World of Warcraft Legion. Which I guess in time you'll be able to play Legion Classic, but there is that Legion sort of game that they're going to be releasing.
An intruder.
That Legion, what do they call it?
Excellent. I was expecting him, but I don't think you were.
Modified version of WoW that you're going to be able to play.
What? You traitor!
Slaghammer.
Moira said you'd be coming. I'm Slaghammer, paying my family's debt by hanging out with these buggers. Let me take down this barrier. The Shadow Deacon's already below, starting his ritual. To get there, we'll need to do a bit of work. If you have any questions, let me know, but we best hurry.
We didn't have much time, but we deserve some answers. What you want to know about the Shadow Deacon? The Blade? What the hell is going on? Ha! This was sort of sudden. Where are we? What's going on? Can you believe they found that tomb of Tyr himself? He died here long ago, fighting some monstrous general of the old gods. His comrades burned him here, and the corpse of that beast further in. This tomb was also meant to guard the prison tomb of that monster, and the Twilight's Hammer put a stop to that. The Shadow Deacon used a blade of his to get in and his minions to keep the wards down while we went below. The Shadow Deacon? Who is this new leader? The Hammer has been in disarray since the Twilight Hammer, Twilight Father and Deathwing took a dive. I'm guessing that when the Legion attacked, one of the leaders that was left took on to the idea of taking over while everyone was distracted. He dredged up an ancient artifact of the old gods and is planning to use it to that dead monstrosity down there to cement his takeover over the cult. I didn't get a look at the Deacon, but he seems really familiar. You mentioned a magical blade. Can you tell me more? The blade. I knew Moira would want to know. I think that dagger has been behind some of the worst nightmares Azeroth has seen, if I remember my stories. It looks similar to stories told about the War of the Three Hammers and Grim Battle. It oozes a shadow and seems to cut the very light. I think it might have a mind of its own too. It seems a Shadow Deacon is sometimes talking and arguing, but to nobody at all. Let's stop this ritual and pry that blade loose of that cult. Alright, let's go. Now I'll just click this to see if
How does today find
my buddy
you?
says anything different. Please continue your story. Okay. We can move on. Reconstruction.
These buggers are suppressing Tyr's wards, so the Deacon can do his work below. We need to take them down. Start
Absolutely.
by dispelling the wards on the ritualists.
You got it, pal.
Destroy that creature before it kills us! The path to the prison should be open. Well, if it ain't me old friend, we'd be doing the world a favor ridden into this body.
Borgoth the Master Reaver. Let's go down. Void tendrils?
More. My days. We could master spell them, or just fight, but it wouldn't get too close.
You do whatever you gotta do, I'll do what I gotta do. Where to? We're going deep down? The Dark Walk?
Yes, the blade is right. I am unstoppable. Once Sakaj lives again, I will hold dominion over this world. Our old leaders chose to work with pawns. I choose the real power!
Let's show them real power. Here we go.
You think to stop me? With this weapon, I can do anything. Anything!
Unlikely.
This shouldn't be happening. Why aren't you protecting me?
Weak and pitiful. The Twilight Father did not dare wield me, for he knew the price of failure.
Give me another chance. No! No!
You, on the other hand, yes, I foresee us doing great things together. Take hold of my haft and I will aid you. For now.
Don't do it. Do it. I'm compelled. Xalatath has a mind of its own. Ignore its maddening whispers. Do not trust the lies it spins. Take from it what you need, but always remember that the dark presence in the blade is not your ally. Blade of the Black Empire.
Yes, we are eager to feast on the fallen Titan's minions. But first, Sakaj. The cultists may try to stir him again, or he could awaken on his own. We must consume his essence to ensure he is gone forever. You know this must be done.
drain a powerful foe of their essence.
Thus ends the first chapter of our tale. Xalatath was a constant whispering presence in the High Priest's mind. Yet, they slew countless demons together.
Greetings. Tread lightly.
At this point, the High Priests continue their battle against the Legion, with Xalatath at their side.
Eyes on.
In the final battle, Sargeras plunged his blade, flowing with poison, into Azeroth. Xalatath was one of many weapons whose powers were used to nullify the sword. She was weakened, but not for long.
Hello.
So we've got some new things here. Tell me more about the Xalatath's whispers to the High Priest. What kinds of things did she say? Xalatath often spoke directly into the mind of the High Priest, whispering opinions, secrets, and memories. Fortunately, the High Priest kept a careful record of her words. Would you like to hear more? What did Xalatath say while in the Netherlight Temple?
Netherlight Temple was a grand hall where priests gathered. There, the High Priest heard these whispers in their mind.
Do the Naru speak of the eternal conflict? That the entire history of your world is but a fraction of the time that has passed? Of those that came before the Draenei? No? I know the Naru consider us horrors to be resisted. We do not share this view. They are merely beloved brethren that lost the true path. They will return to their masters in time.
What did Xalatath say about the old gods?
While wandering the world, the High Priest once heard Xalatath whisper this.
It is ironic that the weakest of us may be the ultimate victor. Cthulhu, Yogg-Saron, Y'Shaarj, and... well, only one would remain to consume the world that was always meant to be.
What did Xalatath say about Mindflayer Kaj?
Mindflayer Ka'az was a powerful Naraki, a servant of the old gods. As the High Priest defeated it in the assault of Violet Hold, Xalatath whispered this.
For this idiotic pustule of N'Zoth to have lived so long, it does little to refute my opinion of this world's new owners.
What did Xalatath say about the Darker Naru Lura?
In a stronghold on Argus, the destroyed home planet of the Draenei, the High Priest and Alleria Windrunner encountered Lura, a Naru fallen to the void. Here, Xalatath whispered.
Ah, now this is true beauty. At least one of the mortals in your midst can appreciate what it offers.
After Lura's defeat, Alleria did something unprecedented. She absorbed the Naru's void energy into herself. Xalatath's whispers grew eager.
The caterpillar has become the butterfly. She is all but ours now.
Alright, so that's the whispers. Tell me more about Sargeras' sword and the battle that ended the Burning Legion invasion. The The final fight against the Legion took place on Argus, the ruined homeworld of the Eridar. Their heroes were able to triumph with the aid of the Titanic Pantheon. The Pantheon was able to pull Sargeras away from Azeroth before his plans could be realized, but he still managed to strike one last terrible blow before he was ripped away, plunging his blade deep within the desert of Silithus and damaging the very heart of our world. So we've got 2 movies. Tell me about the moment of Sargeras' feat. Tell me more about how the artifact weapons were used to cleanse the poison from the sword of Sargeras in Silithus. Let's play this one. I think everybody's seen this one. Let's see this one.
Jade Serpent guide you.
I don't quite remember this, so I'm keen to see it.
The sword of Sargeras is poisoning the very lifeblood of the world. The only vessels capable of containing that kind of power are the mighty weapons you wield. Raise them up as one. Draw out the corruption from the Dark Titan's blade. Together, champions, for Azeroth!
Yeah, I've never seen that. Now, Legion is probably one of the only expansions that I hadn't played from start to end. I kind of left and did a lot of catch up at the end, but yeah. Oh no! What? You're gonna boot me out? No! Alright, and we're back here again. So, I don't know what happened. I got booted out of the instance after that video played. It's a bit of a problem, but anyway. I didn't get to ask him about the last 2 things. Oh,
How does today find you?
oh, actually, hang on. Maybe I can. Here we go. So we asked about that. We saw that video. Okay, so cool. We're good. So then, could you repeat what you said happened after the High Priest acquired Xalatath?
In the final battle, Sargeras plunged his blade, flowing with poison, into Azeroth. Xalatath was one of many weapons whose powers were used to nullify the sword. She was weakened, but not for long.
Hello.
Hello?
Eyes open.
Zalat-
Always be learning.
Always be learning. Xalatath was a powerful weapon, and a talkative presence. Alright, so we get a few things.
Farewell.
Very nice. So next is the Blade's Gambit.
Every good story needs a hero.